Hello, coaches. Today I want to remind you of one of our most popular tools. It's a tool that's been used by our operations side in most of our offices around the world. It's also been used by and trained to our NLT leaders. And this is a huge tool for you as coaches to use with the NLTs. My hope is that NLTs will do this twice a year, and you as the coach have the opportunity to help them do this. And it's called the Four Helpful List. And so I just want to remind you of what it is and how to use it. So the first list you make is what is working. What's working in their country? It could be that there's things like the discipleship, the multiplication is working, or second generation, third generation churches is working, or the evangelistic side is working, or the curriculum is working. But it could also um, be achieve is working. It could be things that we can measure, or it can be things that are intangible. The morale is high. The momentum is strong. The spiritual life, vibrancy of our Pauls and Timothys is growing. So what's working are things that where we see God's hand, where we see momentum, where we see progress. And again, there could be differences of opinions of what's working. And the second question, what's not working? What's not working are things that could be better. They're things that exist but could be improved. There are things that we've tried but we've failed. It could be things that are in ministry. It could also be relationships. Conflict in relationships may not be working, or perhaps the systems that we have in TTI where curriculum's not showing up on time, or there's some sort of breakdown in communication. Those would be things that are not working. They exist, but they're not doing well. The third question is what's confusing? What are the questions that are being asked that don't seem to have good answers? Maybe it's something in how we're organizing. Maybe it is you've communicated something over and over again, but they don't seem to understand it. Or you're personally confused in some things, or they are personally confused in things that are happening with TTI. A lot of times this happens in our methodology, where they don't understand the role of a Paul or a role of a Timothy or the role of a master trainer or movement leader, or even the role of the NLT itself. And so you want to use this question to bring out questions that they may have, things that if clarified will help them move forward in ministry. And the final question is what is missing? Whereas number two, what is not working exists, what is missing does not exist. These are things that need to be added, things that uh, that don't seem to be there. For example, it could be that what's missing is second generation churches. What's missing is a protocol or a policy for acting a certain way. So you've got these four questions, and each question leads to a possible action. The first one is about if something is going really well, how can we leverage it more? How can we do this more often? Is there something we can take advantage of that's already working to bring momentum or strength or joy or celebration to other parts of ministry? So what is working is then should we leverage this more? Should we do more of this? The second, what's not working, should we fix it? Not everything can be fixed, but is this important enough for us to fix it, or is it a small matter? The next is if it's confusing, can we clarify it? Can we make it make sense? Can we explain it in such a way that people understand, or can we make decisions that help us move forward in the right direction? And finally, if it's missing, should we add it? Should we leverage it? Should we fix it? Should we clarify it? Should we add it? And what typically we do is these four questions is we have four columns. We have four columns of things we want to work on. What's working, what's not working, what's confusing, what's missing. And then we actually have a fifth column where we look at the four lists that we made and say, what are the biggest things we need to solve? What are the most important things? Again, we can't solve everything, but in order for us to move forward as an NLT, what are the most important things to fix? Maybe it's because one thing has to be fixed before another thing can start being fixed. Or maybe it's because it's the most important thing in our ministry. For example, if there are relational conflicts between leaders, you've got to write relational conflict between leaders as a core issue. Because if leaders aren't working together, if they don't believe that we are better together, if they can't get along and agree, then we can't move forward. Maybe there's something else we have to deal with, how to deal with other important things. But you take these 4 questions: what's working, what is not working, what's confusing, what's missing, and then you create this section of core issues around that work. And so what I encourage you to do is make sure every 6 months your NLT, the NLT you're working with, you walk them through the 4 helpful lists and come up with the core issues. And out of those core issues, they come up with some significant actions that they're going to take as a leadership team to move forward in these things.